Welcome to the World of Warships with Captain Yamo. I am your host, Captain Yamo. And this is going to be a run in the Tier 7 Japanese cruiser, the Miyoko. What I want you to notice in this one is, and without trying to give too much away, that even when it looks pretty bad, you can still put in some good work. You know, you just got to keep your head, keep busy, keep shooting, keep those guns singing, keep hitting targets, keep putting steel on your enemy. Even when it looks hopeless, don't give up. And so the first part of this match is actually fairly straightforward. I run out to help capture B, but just as I'm entering B, I notice on the map that we have a ship coming around the island there at E2, and then I notice the bombers and the fighters. And in my mind, protecting your carriers is a really good idea. Unfortunately, I was too far away from them to really do a whole lot to help them against this first strike. But
our team has taken the lead.
And that's pretty important, I think, sometimes. Now, if you have a list of some of the worst ships for you to run into, particularly in the Miyoko, the Murmansk is one of them. It's a Russian cruiser that has incredible amounts of firepower. The Cleveland, of course, comes to mind, the Tier 6 American Cleveland, which has one of the most impressive barrages of any of the ships. And another one is the American cruiser, the Atlanta. Which has an incredible amount of firepower that it can put out. The nice thing about facing the Atlanta, though, is that it's a relatively short-range ship. I believe it's like 11 kilometers or 12 kilometers. So, yeah, here you can see I'm really taking my own advice and doing lazy-eyed gunnery. I totally, absolutely missed. Bunch of shots until he was out of range, so I'll just take it as I scared him off. I got him away from me. Got a couple hits on that Atlanta. And fortunately at this point you can see my carriers have taken a run and gotten out of there. See, look at that fine shooting. The other thing you should know about shooting at the Atlanta is if you can hit it, it's a glass ship. You know, it'll fall apart pretty quick as you start shooting it. It doesn't respond well to a lot of shell.
Our team has taken the lead.
Boy, can it fire! Boy, can it return on you. So now we got a Nagato, and of course at 17 kilometers he's outside of the range. For me, I'm not out of his range. And at this point I'm noticing that my CVs are taken off, and they're fairly safe where they are right now, so I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna start trying to engage the two battleships and the cruiser. We're already down a battleship. Let's see, what did we lose here? We already lost to New Mexico. Just gonna come in range. And after that shot, I switch over to HE because I know I'm not gonna do a whole heck of a lot to the Nagato with the AP. Of course, you have to hit him. You really do have to hit your targets. I mean, that's really important.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
So I start taking aim on Major G.I. Joe. And one thing I've noticed about shooting the New Yorks, especially with the 203, the cannon on the Miyoko, you can do pretty good damage with the so I'll tend to keep using them, even if I think I could switch to AP and do damage, because then you get the added bonus of having fire starting. See, you can see that he put the fire out already, so that means he's used his repair kit. So if I can set him on fire a second time, he's gonna have to burn for a while. And there you go. Fire, but probably he was still repairing from the first fire and was able to get it out. I don't know. Look at that, 3,267 points of damage. Look at this, we're ahead. We've got 3 of their ships and they've only got 2 of ours. I have to take a pretty hard turn here to avoid running into this drunken island that stumbled into my way. And then looking at the mini-map, I start noticing right there on the EF at 4 that there's a cruiser coming in behind my New York over there. And there he is, AJ Snake Drive Doctor, Snake Doctor, whatever the heck he is, in the Atlanta. The Atlanta's another neat feature of the Atlanta is that it has torpedoes. And so what I figured would happen here is that I'd get to shoot at him with my torpedoes, but you saw where his, shooting that direction, I might put my New York in danger, so I can't take that shot.
Our team has taken the
Something
lead.
strange happened. So I expected him to pop out already, but he's been hiding right there behind that corner. And so what's happened is he turned in order to fire his torpedoes and rammed the island I just avoided. Fortunately, the island, it doesn't take any sides, It'll stop them, it'll stop me, whoever gets in its way. So I keep pushing forward so I can get around this edge of the island and start putting shots on this guy. Knock out one of his cannons. And can't reload in time before I got this island in the way. I try and take a shot just in case, but I'm not going to clear the island. So I wait until we get back over here, and I figure, oh yeah, this is where it's going to be. I've got my HP loaded. I'm going to sink this guy. Just moving in reverse. I didn't give him enough lead. So of course I'm hitting the very front end of his bow and not really doing much damage. But I figure he's not going to keep going that direction forever. And so I decide I'll fire off a couple of torpedoes down here, see what we can see if we can nail him. And then I start taking a peek at what's going on in the upper left quadrant of the main map, on the mini map, and I don't see a whole lot, so I figure I'll go ahead and escort the New York out. Look at this beautiful shot. Missed completely. Great shooting. No, he was already turning. I didn't recognize his turn until it was too late, but I failed to sink him with that shot. Pretty good damage. Can't sink it. The nice thing about torpedoes is they keep going.
It's a good knife. Goodbye, Mr. Burton.
It's all in the reflexes.
And now I've got more immediate concerns. There's an Atlanta 8 kilometers away. And torpedoes in front of me, so I snap off the shot real quick. And look at New York blow up next to me. New York there and the battleship there, I decide it's time for me to turn out of here. And at this point, I start looking up at the scores, and you'll notice something there. We have 5 ships left, and they have 8. Carrot. And look at how much steel he gets in the sky. But see, there's your 12 kilometer range. You can't get me. I sent out a bunch of torpedoes in the hopes that that'll just force them to stay away. It'll give me a little bit more time to get back over with my ships. And I think at this point in the match, I was looking at the mini-map and trying to figure out, well, okay, can I go over there and help that battleship? What can I do here? And you should be doing that. Anytime you get any kind of a pause long enough where you can really study the mini-map, you should try and figure out how it is you can help the team, where you can go, where is the enemy going to be. And so I come around to give Rubber Torpedo over there some help. And you can see where the Cleveland is, the Murmansk. And there he goes. So we lost Rubber Torpedo. And so I start thinking that maybe I shouldn't go through those straits there. The Atlanta didn't forget about me. And then I look up at the score again, and I notice that we have 3 ships. We're down 200 points almost. Oh, I apologize. 130 points. Math is hard, and we only have, we have a 3-ship disadvantage now. When you're using your torpedoes, kind of like I've been doing most of this match, they're more like an area denial weapon. I'm firing them down these areas in order to get lucky or to push my enemy one direction or the other. And when you're shooting at targets at 10 kilometers with the torpedoes, unless they're really stupid or they've lost their steering or something, you're not going to hit a long-range shot like that. So when you're taking these kind of long-range shots at enemy ships, you don't always have to be so concerned about whether you're firing down the line of their travel, as indicated by that white highlight. So with just 3 of us left, I figure I want to get over here by my carriers. They can do a lot more damage than I can if they can hit, and so I might as well get over here and protect them. A couple shots at Wind 64 in the Tsuharu, and yeah, not good. Okay, here comes that Atlanta and through that strait, and I was hoping at this point that those had hit him, but I'm still going to fire these off anyways. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and edit it in, you know, a view from where he was, so that you can see that he had to deal with those torpedoes. They might have helped me out just a little bit. And so here you go. Again, all the ships you could imagine having to face that would be difficult for a Miyoko. It's Cleveland, Mans, and the Atlantic. Just watch this. It's just raining shells. It's making me think of Big Trouble in Little China.
No question, just get out of here, Jack, get out of here!
I've noticed on the replay that you don't get your sight markers like you would normally. So when I was telling you about the lazy-eyed gunnery, from the center of your sight when you're sighted in on somebody, there should be little markers going all the way out. I use those markers to help me hit my targets. Some more torpedoes, and this was intended to kind of keep him off of my carriers. Look at this, torpedo bombers inbound on me.
The enemy team is taking
You don't
the
want
lead.
to turn away from him if you can help it, but it worked for me in this case.
Fighter returning to ship.
Look at that, they took out my steering and one of my torpedo launchers.
Problem solved, sir.
Not hopeless. We got that Hatsuharu, but still, it's 5-on-3, and they have us all spotted. It's their match now. Just do little Jack Burton. Just give him your best tickle shot. Got a nice solid hit. Power attack. See if we can do it again. Oh, nice. Another tickle shot.
Our victory is in sight.
And look at the score.
The enemy is about to win.
Look at that. No look. Okay, a couple more shots, and again, this is another time where I'm just trying to keep them from getting somewhere I don't want them to go. But they took out my steering, and I'm 20 seconds away from repair. We just gotta hit these targets. But that's not gonna do it. See, I'm trying to keep them from turning starboard. I want to have a good shot. I want to have a good shot at them, and I want to keep pushing them away. Yeah!
gonna stop.
Double tickle shot. Come on, Cleveland. What you got?
Problem solved, sir.
Can we do it? Can we see 2 Atlantas, a Murmansk, and a Cleveland? All in the Miyoko? Come on, baby. Sink it. Sink it. Gotcha. You can. You can. I got real lucky because they were mainly focused on our carriers. And the rest of the match is kind of anticlimactic.
Fighter ready for takeoff.
Except that we'll go ahead and go on to win.
Take it easy, okay? Okay, we made it.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Doesn't that make you feel good?
Terrific.
Light's green, you can go.
Just remember what old Jack Burton does when the earth quakes and the poison arrows fall from the sky and the pillars of heaven shake. Yeah. Jack Burton just looks that big old storm right square in the eye and he says, "Give me your best shot, pal. I can take it." I'd like to thank you for joining me here on World of Warships. If you liked the video, remember to hit the like button. Please subscribe. Any comments you care to make, I'd like to hear them. Thank you.